Oh, good morning, everybody. How you doing today? Oh, sitting way back here, aren't I? Hopefully, you guys can see me and hear me. Today's going to be a kind of a short and quick one, and I'm going to ask your forgiveness in advance on one of the things. I'll explain that in a minute, but real quick, let's go over some things around here. I had a really good question yesterday that I saw that I wrote down, and I wanted to make sure everybody understood. While it can be improved upon, because I don't know that at this point I have enough of them, but it's down the road a little ways. Of course, you always say that, and then something happens, but nothing's going to happen. Somebody asked me if there was an emergency, do I have enough kennels? And they were asking about, the feeding video. So first and foremost, as we know, the feeding video, those are not kennels. Those are temporary feeding stations, and they're only locked in there for a couple seconds while they eat. So those do not double as emergency kennels. But like, for example, I do have a fire procedure. It's not perfect. And even though I do have ladders in every second floor window, I don't know how that would work, carrying dogs. But what I do have is the backyard. So the goal and the plan is to get them out the back door. God forbid there's a fire in the kitchen. And then once they're out the back door, I actually have in the detached garage, probably 20 kennels or so. And this is where I don't know that I have enough. A lot of them are bigger kennels for bigger dogs. And we've just collected them. They're the fold-down, break-down metal ones. Those are there for that specific purpose. Again, God forbid we have a fire, I rush around and get everybody out as quick as possible in the backyard where they're safe, fenced in, unless the fire burns the fence down. And then I get those kennels out. We get them all kenneled, for God forbid, then we figure out the plan from there. But there is something in place. It's loose, but that is it. That is my goal, and that is my plan. God forbid we have an emergency such as that. We don't have to worry about flooding here. So the only thing I can think of, like I said, would be a fire. Somebody else also mentioned on the I believe the subscribers page that I don't have my Linktree hooked up to the new Big Guys page, and thank you for saying that. I figured out how to do it last night, so on my Big Guys page on Facebook, the Linktree should be connected to it now. The Linktree, for those who don't know, if you click on it, that takes you everywhere. It's got a list of all my stuff, everything from all the ways to donate, like PayPal and Venmo, to all of my websites. If you want the merchandise, like the shirts, if you want the magnets, if you want the, or what do you call it, the CBD, all of that. A few articles and stuff that we've been in, as well as the Happy Howl, if you want to have that there. My Amazon wish list is there. And off and on, usually the Misfit of the Month, although I do have to update it. I'm not very good at that. So, with that being said, one more thing. Speaking of the Misfit of the Month, that'll be coming up, and I want everybody to know the tumblers are back up. They are limited run again, the Misfit Mafia as well as the Handy Capable. So I'll be putting a post up after this about that for you guys if anybody wants to get those tumblers while they're still there. Like I said, I'm doing them in very limited runs, not to tease you guys, but to keep down on overhead and cost. So those are up and ready to go. Now, the big one, I'll try to be quick on this. I did a video yesterday, and it's just, you can't win for losing, guys. I swear to God, I can't stand people. And this has nothing to do with anybody on any platform who follows my page. So please don't think any of these comments are assigned to you because you know what's going on. Instagram and TikTok, but Instagram specifically. I don't know, we had a run of fucking morons yesterday. And I'm going to call it how I see it. I don't give a shit. I made a feeding video yesterday, and I'll be honest with you guys. I hid something in that video, and when you hear this, you're going to laugh, and it caused all kind of chaos from stupid people who watch for 3 seconds. And if you notice in the beginning of the video, I actually am adjusting my shorts. Well, I had everything ready for that video yesterday, with an exception. I want to turn it sideways this time, so you can see them coming down the ramp completely and see all of the cubbies. I had everything ready except for when I went to bend over and start taking the dogs and putting them in their kennel. I had to crop that video part out because my ass crack was hanging out, and I looked like a damn plumber. So there you go. Embarrassing myself, because by doing so, you only got to see me start by feeding them in the cages. And morons from around the world lost their fucking minds. You keep them in cages all the time. You're a horrible person. I thought you were a nice guy. And I'm actually going to be I'm going to try to be good, guys, but I'm sorry, I'm not politically correct. And if you attack me, I'm going to smack you in the fucking mouth. metaphorically, and I'm going to hammer these pieces of shit. I actually got on Instagram last night and even TikTok, and I had a few words with some of them. They were not polite. I can't even say I'm not proud of it. I am proud. Fuck you. You don't attack me. You approach my page with respect. I respect everybody on my page until you piss me off, until you do something wrong. And then I'm going to come at you as hard as I can. I'm going to humiliate you. I'm going to be a piece of shit. I'm going to be politically incorrect. I'm going to be a bad person. And I don't give a fuck. Okay? I'm so sick of this fucking world where we have to travel or tiptoe around everybody else's fucking feelings, but they get away with doing, you know what? No, screw you. You come at me, you're going to get smacked. So, and I don't care, man or woman, black or white, old, young, thin, fat, I don't give a fuck. I don't discriminate. I'll smack every one of you. And again, guys, this is not for you to support. This is for all you pieces of shit. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Sorry, okay, off the horse on this one. I'm really pissed off about it because I'm trying to show beautiful stuff that we do here. And if you have a better idea on my feeding system, God, by all means, please share it. But don't take 3 seconds of a video, and it's clear. If they think I actually left the dogs in the kennels all the time, they didn't stick around to the end of the goddamn video to see them all released. That was the best part, to watch how they all got out on their own and ended up going out the door together. So I'm going to be remaking that video. It's going to be pretty antagonistic in the beginning, and then you're going to see the nuts and bolts of it. And one of the things I got is, oh my God, you make them eat too fast. You took the food away while they were still eating. No, they were licking the plate. They were done, okay? And therefore, so for those guys that eat very fast, I do go ahead and pull the plates, but they lick them damn near clean. So, like, I mean, we do wash them, but we didn't even need to wash them. So today I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the first group to show you how fast I rush them through. And then for those that stick around, these morons won't. And you got to have the IQ of a fucking parakeet. I'm sorry. Every one of you pieces of shit that commented on Instagram and TikTok, you're all fucking idiots. And then I'm going to probably do the last group where I feed Star-Lord. I don't know how I'm going to get the camera right so you can see them all in the cages, or excuse me, not in the cages, in the feeding stations while I'm feeding Star-Lord. And they take their time to the point where somebody's going to complain. Instead of saying you don't let them eat fast or you make them eat too fast, you're going to be like, oh my God, you're horrible. You leave them in there for so long. How could you be so cruel? I mean, these are the morons. And you know what? If you negative people would just take a few minutes to appreciate something and see the work that goes into this, okay? Because this is 7 days a week, twice a day, okay? And I'm doing it in such a way that these cages are set up for a specific purpose. That is so each and every dog is very used to it, and they appreciate it, can sit there and eat in their own time frame without the fear of any other dog coming after their food, without fights, without aggression. I think I've developed a way that is amazing so that these dogs can eat in peace and enjoy themselves. And as you guys have seen, excuse me, through some of the lives and that I did on TikTok, and also some of the time lapse and then the little bits and pieces, everybody they know how to do it, and they're very comfortable doing it. And I will be honest, at first, a few of them, and I see it now, they weren't comfortable with the method at first. And the reason I know that is because they eat like champs now, but like I was worried at first. Oh my God, this one's not eating, and this was months and months ago. Or this one would not come out of the cage. Excuse me, I keep calling it out of the feeding station. Or this one wouldn't go into the feeding station. Now most of them jump into their own. Some of them may even go through the trouble of jumping up top because they want to be up top. Certain ones like Jack, it took him a while to want to come out. I don't know if he was scared to come out when he was done eating, but now him and Newbie, they were two that did this. They would stay in there, and Dozer, I'd have to get down on my knees and get them out. Now they come out on their own. And I'm smart enough to adjust this. Okay, I want this, in this group that comes in, I want this dog first because he takes longest to eat. So I want to put him in there so I can get his food to him first. This one, I do have a problem with them having to get down on my hands and knees and get him out. So let's put him up top where I don't have to bend down and they can't go back as far. Like, I take that into consideration. Every single dog damn near, now, it does vary. Some days, some of them are here, some days there are other ones there. But for the most part, I put certain dogs in certain places in each group so that it can be the most streamlined, the most efficient for me, the safest and most comfortable for them. So for those of you that say, wow, Bobby, you're doing a good job, thank you for the compliment, but you have no idea how deep my mind works on this. As dumb as it is, okay, oh my God, how much can you actually think about feeding a dog? Okay, I look at each and every one of their specific needs. Okay, each and every one of their specific amounts. Each and every one of their, which one takes longer. That's why they're in the groups they do. Which one has a problem, like Ginger, for example. Ginger is so excited. You'll see this in the first group today. You'll watch when I feed all the dogs. I call their names out every single time, so they know their plate's coming. When I get to Ginger, you'll see that I don't put her plate down there. She's always on the bottom. I don't put her plate down there. I go ahead and push my hand in there because she will grab the plate out of my hand and knock her food everywhere. So it's like I have learned to take each and every one of these dogs individually and know what their shortcomings are, know what their strengths are, and actually cater to them to make sure that they get the best meal experience and get done as efficiently as possible for the rest of us. And also everybody's eating properly, healthy, happy, no stress and all that. So while I'm always still learning, I just needed you guys to hear that, to know just how much thought and depth goes into each and every dog, what they eat, how much they eat, like which cubby they eat in, who to pull out first, how to get them all to finally come out in a group and leave together, which is a neat thing, I think. Instead of me having to walk back and forth 10 times for each dog, they've all learned, hey, and that first group was a great way to show it yesterday. Pop them out, pop them out, pop them out, pop them out, pop them out. Take all the plates, set them up. Come on, JoJo, you're the only one that's the problem. She likes to sit on the couch. And the rest of them just walk to the door. They get one trip out, 10 of them roll out. Open the slider, dogs come down the ramp, 10 more in, and it's very efficient. Again, I'm saving time in all these ways without actually making them not get to finish their meals. And I do. And if you do see one in the last group that decides that, okay, I've had enough, he's not going to eat, I know when they're done eating. Okay, I know when they're sitting there looking at me and the plate's got half the food on it. Well, today's not Major's day. And I know which dogs actually have a history and a problem with that. And I know that if it's just for one meal or 2 meals, I don't bother with it, because that dog, like Major, for example, he has a very high metabolism. He's very lean. I think he's looking a little chunky for him, and I think his own body's telling him, I'm not going to eat today. And you have to learn that, okay? I got another one, Sheba. Sheba was scaring the shit out of me. We finally put her back on homemade food. She's the only other one, other than Sadie, that's not on the Happy How, and hers is just being a stubborn preference. But you know what? She's eating like a horse right now, so I'm going with it. So, once again, these are the things I do. These are the things I deal with. I want you guys to know that. And, Instagram, TikTok, you fucking losers, I'm coming for you. You can either join and support us, or shut the fuck up and get off my page and block me. I don't care. But you're not going to sit there and disrespect me. You're not going to sit there and accuse me when we go through so much trouble. Okay? I live, eat, breathe, sleep these dogs. Okay? Every single moment, every single inch of this house is theirs. Okay? I don't get a day fucking off, okay? 7 days a goddamn week. I get a couple hours 4 or 5 times a week to go to the gym, or maybe go get some groceries for myself, okay? So I've put myself to the hazard on this. I have actually dedicated my entire life, much more than I actually want to, but I've been put in a position where I don't have a choice. And you either fucking fail or you step up and you accomplish shit. So that's what I'm doing, okay? I'm doing the shit you can't fucking do, okay? You couldn't do. Oh, I could do it one day. Aunt Wendy's here. I can do it one day. You can't do it in fucking 2 weeks. I know people, I'm not going to throw her under the bus. Robin's a beast, right? Robin's a fitness model. She's always exercising. She was caving after just a couple months of this. I can't do it. It's too hard. I can't do it. I don't have a day off. Well, you know what? I'm doing it all without you here. You had me here and a staff, and you still couldn't keep up. I'm doing it without anybody. Okay, so I know damn well I can do shit that other people can't do. And what is it from? Is it because I'm smarter? No. Is it because I'm better? No. It's because I don't fucking quit. Okay? And that's why I do shit that you people that sit there and accuse me of being mean and I'm not doing this right and that right. That's why I'm doing this shit and you can't do it. So, sorry. I got back on that high horse again. This really bothers me when I put so much effort in, guys. So much energy and effort into giving this. And I don't have to prove anything to the dogs. They know it's working. I have to prove something to you assholes. Okay? I have to make sure you're fucking happy. And then instead, why don't you just sit there and take the mindless entertainment I give you and brighten your day a little bit? Because clearly you're miserable every other step of the way. All right, that's enough. Daddy's done, babies. Claire Bear, I'm going to hop over and say hi. Hi, my little kangaroo girl. Amber Jane. By the way, real quick, Amber Jane. She looks like hell. But this little girl is, you wouldn't think anything's wrong with her. She's normal as shit right now. It's amazing. I can't get over it. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here, help Aunt Wendy. I got to finish cleaning up downstairs. And then you'll be ready for that video. And be ready for me being a little antagonistic and aggressive. But thank you guys so much for those of you that support.